Dear students, good morning. Now move on to next chapter, number 9, unitary method. What is the definition of unitary method? A method in which the value of unit quantity, unit means one quantity, is first obtained to find the value of any required quantity. That means, suppose the question is given, the fifth cost of 15 books is given. Now you have to find out the cost of 20 books. That means first you have to find the unit quantity, then you have to find, from there you have to multiply it whatever the quantity asked, then you will get the answer. That method is known as unitary method. Here there are two variations are there. One is direct variation, another one is indirect variation. First we will discuss with direct variation. Two quantities A and B are said to vary directly if the ratio A by B remains constant. That means, example, more articles, more cost. Suppose cost of one pencil is 5 rupees, then cost of 5 pencils, 5 into 5, like this. Less articles, less cost. So both are increase or both are decrease. In that case, we will use direct variation. So the formula is A by B. Now we move on to exercise 9A. First question, if 15 oranges cost rupees 110, what do 39 oranges cost? In all these unitary method questions, direct variation and indirect variation, so prepare the sentence, that is create the sentence is very important. Here you will get the answer, but you cannot understand whether it is a correct answer or not. So how to frame the equation here, that is sentence here, that is from the question itself. What do 39 oranges cost? Here the cost is asked, so we will start the statement from cost of 15 oranges, which is equal to rupees 110. Then cost of one orange, that is unit quantity you are finding. That means you have to divide it, rupees 110 divided by 15. No need to simplify here, you keep it as it is. Then cost of 39 oranges, which is equal to 39 into 110 by 15. 110 by 15 is what? That is the cost of 1 oranges. You are multiplying with 39 oranges. After simplification, you will get the answer, that is rupees 286. In all those questions, the units are important. Unit means that is rupees, centimeter, v meter, number, whatever it is, you have to write down. Now move on to next question. If 8 kg sugar costs rupees 260, how much sugar can be bought for rupees 877.50? Once again, all of you read the question. Here the question is asked, how much sugar can be bought? That means quantity. Quantity you have to find out. That means rupees, for rupees 260, sugar bought how much? 8 kg. For rupee 1, how much sugar? That is sugar bought equal to 8 by 260. Here the sentence and then everything is very important. So if you make the sentence in the otherwise, cost of 8 kg sugar, you will find the answer, but the answer will not correct. So here the question start from how much sugar. So you can write in other way also, the quantity of sugar bought for rupees 260 is equal to 8 kg. You can write in that way also. Then cost of sugar, that is quantity of sugar bought for rupees 1 is equal to 8 by 260. Then the quantity of sugar bought for rupees 877.50 is equal to 8 by 260 multiplied by 877.50. Do the calculation. While doing all those calculations, decimal point, that is multiplication of decimals with the fractions, do it in a proper way. Show the workings in the rough column. Then you find the simplify it. So the answer will be 27 kg. Then you will write the sentence, last sentence. Hence, the quantity of sugar bought for rupees 877.50 equal to 27 kg. So one method is which I have explained in the first question from there like this. Otherwise, you will start it. You will do it in this way also. But it is better you start the statements how the question is asked. From there, you have to start the statement. Now move on to next question, number 3. A car can cover a distance of 357 kilometer on 42 liters of petrol. How far can it travel on 12 liters of petrol? Here it is given, it is asked how far. How far means distance. So we have to start the statements from distance. Distance covered on 42 liters of petrol is equal to 357 kilometer. Unit is important. Distance covered on 1 liter of petrol is equal to 357 divided by 42. Therefore, the distance covered on 12 liters of petrol is equal to 357 by 42 multiplied by 12. Do the simplification, show the workings in the working column. Here I am simply just simplify it and then I have given the answer. You do all the simplification workings in the rough column and then you have to show it. So the answer is 102 kilometer. Now how do you check it whether your answer is correct or not? See here, 42 liters 357. So the number of liters is less here. So kilometers also less. So in that way you can check your answers. But while writing the sentence, you start the sentence from the question, then only you can write it in a that is proper way. Question number 4. If the weight of 6 sheets of a paper is 162 grams, how many sheets of the same quality of paper would weigh 13.5 kg? How many sheets? The question is asked. So you will start the statements from number of sheets. Number of sheets in 162 grams equal to 6. Then number of sheets in 1 gram equal to 6 by 162. Number of sheets in 13.5 kg. Why I have changed this kg? Because here the 6 sheets weight is given in grams. So I am converting this 13.5 kg into grams. That is equal to 13,500 gram. Unit should be same here, which is equal to 6 by 162 multiplied by 13,500. After simplification, the answer will be 500 sheets. You show all the workings, how you cut the numerator and denominator, everything will show it on the working space. Number 5. At a particular time of a day, a 7-meter high flag staff casts a shadow which is 8.2 meter, 2 meter long. What is the height of the building which casts a shadow 20.5 meter in length at the same moment? Here what is given there? Building, that is Flagstaff shadow and height, and then shadow's height is given, and then the building's shadow is given. Now you have to find out the height of the building. So you will start the statement. Height of the Flagstaff cast a shadow 8.2 meter is equal to 7 meter. Height of the Flagstaff casts a shadow 1 meter equal to 7 by 8.2 meter. Now we are going to find out height of the building. So height of the building casts a shadow 20.5 meter is equal to 7 by 8.2 multiplied by 20.5. Here the divisor is a decimal number. Using that rule, this divisor should be a whole number. So here after the decimal point, 1 digit is there. You will multiply 10 by 10 numerator and the denominator. So after doing this calculation, here it comes 7 into 205 divided by 82. After doing the simplification, the answer will be 17.5 meter. So the height of the building casts a shadow 20.5 meter equal to 17.5 meter. While writing the first statement, so go through the questions 2-3 times. then you start the statements. Now we move on to next topic, that is inverse variation. In the beginning itself I told unitary method there are two methods. One is direct method, another one is inverse method, that is inverse variation. What is the definition? Two quantities A and B said to vary inversely if the product AB remains constant. There in direct variation, what did I say? A by B should be constant. Here A multiplied by B remains constant. Example, suppose if the distance is constant, then if more speed, less time. Less speed, more time. Suppose if you want to reach, suppose you take example from Bokaro to Ranchi, you have to go. That means the distance will be same. So suppose the speed is 75 kilometer, then it takes 1 hour. If the speed is 60 kilometer, it takes more time, 1.5 hours, like this. This is the example for inverse variation. In the same way, another example, certain area of a field or work constant. That means one room you have to clean it. Then more men, less time. If you put 10 members, they will clean it with a half an hour. If you put 5 members, so they will take more time, that is 1 hour. So one is more, another one is less. Then in that case you will use inverse variation. So while reading the questions, just you have to identify it whether this question is direct variation and inverse variation. After identifying it, then you will apply the formula. The book it is asked. So here there are three quantities are there. So one is constant, that is one book. He is. Now move on to the next exercise 9b. Question is, if 48 men can dig a trench in 14 days, how long will 28 men take to dig a similar trench? Now, how to identify the question? Is it direct variation or indirect variation? Okay, so how to identify? Once again, you see that in the statement 48 men, that is one quantity, that is number. Another one, a trench. Trench means that is the area that is known as, that is a trench means one trench. One trench is another one quantity. Then another one, 14 days is another one quantity. In the statement there are three quantities are there, that is 48 men, one trench, 14 days. Now you come to the question, how long? How long means, it may be, how long means days, number of days, that is one quantity. 28 men, that is the second quantity. And to dig a similar trench. Similar trench means same trench, that is one trench. In the question also, the one trench is given, that is the third quantity. Out of this, in the statement in the question, which one is same? Which one is the same quantity? That is, in the statement also one trench is given. Here also a similar trench means one trench is given, that is constant. That is, this quantity is constant in both statement as well as in the question. Why I am saying that this is constant? See here, in the statement 48 men is given, in the question 28 men. Okay, it is changed. The 14 days, and you are going to find out the number of days. Here the men is decreasing, so the number of days will be more. So these two quantities, men and days, may be changed, that is changes in the men and the days. So one is in decreasing and another one will increase. So these two quantities are changing. Only one quantity, that is a one trench, is a constant in this question. So in this type of questions, one quantity is constant, then other two are changing, then we are using inverse variation. This is the identification of variation, that is indirect variation and direct variation. Now I'll give one example from direct variation. See that, cost of 10 pencils equal to 10 rupees. What is the cost of 15 pencils? This is the question, simple questions. Here 10 pencils, that is one quantity, 10 rupees is another one quantity. Is there, apart from that, is there any other third quantity is there? No. So in the question, now come to the question. What the question here was, what is the cost of 15 pencils? Cost is the another one quantity, that is one quantity, and pencils is the one another quantity, that is second quantity. So in the statement two quantities, in question also two quantities are there. So there is no other third quantity is in this question. So this is if this is the direct variation. That means directly, that is if one is increased, one quantity is increased, the other quantity also increase. If one quantity is decreased, the other quantity will also decrease. In that case, we will use direct variation. This is the identification of direct variation and indirect variation. So indirect variation, we have to find, the question contains three quantities, and as well as the statement contains three quantities. Out of this, which quantity is constant? Now we have to identify it, then we have to do the method, that is where direct variation or indirect variation. Now we move to the question, the question number 1. Already we read this question. Now we see that how to create the form the statements. Number of the question is how long. So we have to start the statements with number of days. Number of days, 48 men can dig a trench. That is, a trench means one trench is equal to 14. Number of days, one man can dig a trench, which is equal to 14 into 48. You have a confusion. Suppose here I am asking 1. Generally, what do you do in the multiplication question? 1 is given, you have to ask the many quantities. There we are doing the multiplication. In division question, more quantity is given, 1 is asked. So in that case, we will divide it. So according to that multiplication and division rule, we have to divide it. But in the inverse variation, we have to do the opposite of that one. If 1 is asked, we have to multiply. More is asked, if we have to divide it. This is the rule for doing the inverse variation questions. So third statement is number of days, 28 men can dig a trench is equal to 14 into 48 by 28, which is equal to 24. That is 24 days. Write the units also. While doing these questions, frame the statements properly. Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer only. You cannot identify whether the answer is correct or not. Increase and then decrease. How do you check it? Here 48 men, 14 days. 28 men. Here the number of men is decreasing. So the number of days must be more, increasing. That is 14 to 24 days, that is increasing. So this is the one identification of finding that your answer is correct in the inverse variation. Now we move on to question number 2. A girl can finish a book in 25 days. If she reads 18 pages of it every day, how many days will she take to finish it if she reads 15 pages every day? So as I said in the earlier question, now we have to identify the quantities from the question statement as well as in the question. Here finish a book, that is one book is one quantity, 25 days is another quantity, and then she reads 18 pages. 18 pages is third quantity in the statement. Now you come to the question, how many days? One quantity, and she take to finish it. Finish it means that is book, one book, that is another quantity, and reads 15 pages is the third quantity. So here the book, in the statement also book one quantity and finish it. The book contains the same number of pages, so that should be the that is the constant. That is, that quantity is, that one book is the constant here. So we will use, there are three quantities in the statement as well as in the question. So we will apply inverse variation method, which the book, one book is a constant in this question. So now how to prepare how to write the statements? How many days? So number of days, she reads 18 pages. 18 pages, how many days? One day. Number of days, she reads one page is equal to, what we have to do? We have to do the multiplication. 1 into 18 days. Number of days, she reads 15 pages is equal to 1 into 18 by 15, that is equal to 25, that is a 6 by 5 days. So 15 pages she will finish it in 6 by 5 days. But here the question is asked, how many days will she take to finish it if she reads 15 pages every day? So here number of days she can finish a book. Here it is given the total book, how the book contains how many pages, 25 days, that is she will finish in 25 days. So number of days she needs to finish a book at the rate of 15 pages per day. That means per day if she reads 15 pages in that book, that is 25 days multiplied by 65 days, because we have find out that in 6 by 5 days she will read only 15 pages. So in 25 days how many pages she will complete it? That is 25 into 6 by 5 is equal to 30 days. See there, first we have to do the inverse variation method here. After that he is completed, that is how many days to complete that book it is asked, that is 25 days multiplied by 1 day, that is per rate. Here it is given that 1 day 15 pages. So in 25 days how many pages she will, 25 pages 25 days, how many pages per day rate, 15 pages she will finish, that will be 30 days. Once again you go through the steps and then you do it. Number 3, a bus covers a certain distance in 3 hours 20 minutes at an average speed of 45 km per hour. How long will it take to cover the same distance at the speed of 36 km per hour? So first identification of the variation, read the sentence. Bus covers certain distance. Distance is one quantity and 3 hours 20 minutes, that is equal to time, is another quantity. Average speed of 45 km per hour is the third quantity. So distance, time and speed, three quantities are given in the statement. Now come to the question, how long? How long means that is time, one quantity. To cover the same distance, distance is the second quantity. Same distance, that is whatever the distance you have used, the distance will be same. Whatever, suppose 25 kilometer distance, here also 25 kilometer distance, that is the constant quantity here. At the speed 36 kilometer per hour. Here another speed is another the third quantity. So now here the distance in the statement as well as in the question, the same distance, certain distance and same distance, both are same. That is a constant here, distance, that is certain distance, that is a particular, whatever I have given example 25 kilometer, here also 25 kilometer. So the both the distance are constant in this question. Now we'll see that how to create the statement here. Here the question is how long. So we have to start from time. Time taken to cover the certain distance at the speed of 45 km per hour is equal to 3 hours 20 minutes. I'm converting these hours also minutes, that is conversion, after the conversion, that is equal to 200 minutes. Time taken to cover the certain distance at the speed of 1 km per hour is equal to 200 into 45. Time taken to cover the certain distance at the speed of 36 km per hour equal to 200 into 45 by 36. So you know the rules. According to that, you simplify it, you will get 250 minutes. After these minutes, you are converting into hours and minutes. Now how to check the answer here? Here 45 kilometers, 3 hours 20 minutes. 36 kilometer, 45 to 35, that is decreasing. So the time will be increasing. That is 3 hours 20 minutes to 4 hours 10 minutes, it is increasing. So we are applying the inverse variation. So my answer is correct. In this way, you can check your answer also. During the calculation, be careful with the units. Just see here. Here it is given that 200 into 45. What is 200? 200 minutes. So I am writing this unit here minutes. Between multiplication, here also I'll put multiplication. Then 45. What is 45? 45 kilometer per hour. So what is the unit of 45 here? I am writing here kilometer per hour in the numerator only. Here it is in numerator. Here also I am writing in numerator. Then divided by. Here also I put division. Then 36. 36 also kilometer per hour. So what is the unit of 36? Kilometer per hour. So while simplifying, if I cut, that is kilometer per hour cut. So here the unit what it is left here, minutes. So after doing the calculation here, after that what it is there, 50 into 5, that is 250. So 250, what is the unit? Only minute, because kilometer cancel, here minute is left, here 250. So your answer is 250 minutes. Then you are calculating into hours into minutes. So you know that how to do it, divided by 60, then you find out hours and minutes. Now move on to next question number 4. At the beginning of a month, a factory has enough materials to make 240 tons of steel in a month. If 60 more tons of steel is to be made that month, how long will the materials last? So as usual, first we have to identify the how many quantities in the statement as well as in the question. So first here it is given that a month, that is in 1 month 30 days, that is one quantity. A factory has enough materials, enough materials is the another quantity, to make 240 tons of steel, that is another one quantity. So month, materials and tons of steel, there are three quantities in the statement. Now we see that in the question, 60 more tons of steel, that means 60 more tons. So we will add it with the previous ton, that is 240 plus 60, we will add it, that is one quantity, is to be made that month. How long? That month how long, that means that is the another one quantity. And how long, that is will the materials means, that is here in the statement also it is given enough materials, here the materials, that is also the materials will be same, that means quantity is also same, that is the another one quantity. So materials, here how long, how many days, that is another one quantity, 60 more tons, that is we will add it, then another one quantity. Here also three separate quantities are there in the question as well as in the statement. So three quantities are there. Now we have to identify the which is the constant, which quantity is the constant one. Here materials, here also same materials, using the same material, how long, how many days, how many days, within the how many days we can make more steel, it is asked. So the materials will be constant here, that is the quantity. Now we have to use the unitary, that is inverse variation method. So now we'll see that how to frame the statements. Here the question is how long, that is how many days. Number of days materials lasts to make 240 tons of steel, that is equal to 30 days. A month it is given that is 1 month 30 days. Number of days materials lasts to make 1 ton of steel is equal to 30 into 240. Earlier I told that is how to do, in that way you have to multiply it. Then number of days materials last to make, here 60 more tons it is given there, so we have to add it 240 plus 60, that is equal to 300 tons of steel is equal to 30 into 240 divided by 300. After the calculation 24. How did you get this unit? Here 30 is 30 days, 240 is tons and 300 is tons. So tons cancelled, only left days. So your unit will be days, 24 days, which I have explained about the units. While doing calculation, you write the units also here and do it, then you will write the unit properly. Number 5. A military camp has provisions for 630 men to last for 25 days. How many men must be transferred to another camp so that the food lasts for 30 days? First identification, here as a military has provisions, that is provisions, that means one quantity. 630 men is another quantity, and 25 days is another quantity. So three quantities are here. Then come to the question, how many men? One quantity transferred to another camp so that the food provision both are same, that is food is the another quantity and the number of days is the another quantity. In the question also there are three quantities, men, food, days. In the statement, provision, men, days. Provision is equal to food, both are same. So which one is constant here? Provisions, the same, using the same food, number of men is increasing or decreasing. Like this we have to find out the number of men or days. So the food or provision is same here, so this is the constant quantity. So we will use unitary, that is inverse variation method. Now how to write the statements? Number of how many men is the question. So we will start from number of men had provisions for 25 days is equal to 630. Number of men had provisions for one day is equal to 600 into 630 into 245. Number of men had provisions for 30 days is equal to 630 multiplied by 25 divided by 30. Already I told that if it is 1 we have to multiply here, and if it is a more quantity we have to divide it in inverse variation. Using this we have to do the calculation. Now we come to the unit part. 630, that is a men. 25 is a days, men into days divided by days. So days cut, so the unit will be men. So after the calculation you will get 525 men. But here the question is how many men must be transferred to another camp. So the total men is 630. From here we are for 30 days, how many men we have calculated? 525. So 630 minus 525, which is equal to 105. So the number of men transferred to another camp equal to 105 men.